eat. We do.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
What's
What's
going
going
on?
on? Welcome back to another episode of The Great Perspective, where we talk sports, we talk politics, we talk everything in between. We want to thank all our subscribers, everybody that subscribed to the channel, supporting us. We hope that you enjoy the content, and let's get right into it. We got NFL we're going to talk about. We got college we're going to talk about. And I want to double back at the end. I want to talk, get into this, everything that's going on. It's like all over social media, but about the SNAP benefits. But we'll get into that later. Let's go ahead, Derek, get it started with what's going on this weekend in sports.
Um, yeah, it's not a big week in college football. You know, you got the rivalry game in Florida and Georgia. Every year is a big game. The only difference is normally, well, it's been one-sided with Georgia, but other than that, in college, you got undefeated. I mean, you got Vanderbilt going to Texas. You know, Vanderbilt 7-1. You know,
What you think about that game?
I think Texas. You know, if Vanderbilt win that game, that'll be a good look for them going into um the playoffs
But
ranking
okay,
part.
yeah, but okay, but they you think they've been tested?
Yeah, they've been tested by LSU.
Yeah, okay.
Alabama tested them, and Alabama beat them.
Hmm.
Texas gonna test them too.
Yeah,
In Texas,
that's why I bring that up because Texas, they haven't been living up to what everybody thought they was gonna live up to.
no.
You know what I'm saying? Like what the expectations of Archie Manning is not what we. It's like South Carolina. Everybody had these expectations for Sellers. Last year, the coach he go out, he says, he got the best quarterback in the country. And he did look good at the end of the year last year. But all the hype around Archie Manning taking over, for the first time as a starter, and then he been flaky, you know. So I don't know if you can count that if Vandy go in there and win, if you can count that as uh, a test. I don't think they get tested until the playoffs, and then I believe they're gonna be one and done.
Oh, as big as this would have been had Texas been who they supposed to be.
Yeah. Then you're talking about a bigger game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, South Carolina going to Ole Miss to get slaughtered. And
Yeah, they are.
the game to have big playoff implications where the loser might be out of it is Oklahoma 6-2 going to Tennessee 6-2.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma and Tennessee is in the SEC.
They can't afford to lose that game.
Yeah, because the only way they could get into the playoffs from here is to win the SEC championship, and they're not even going to be in it.
Yeah,
Because
it's too many
Alabama beat
variables.
Tennessee. Huh?
It's too many variables.
Yeah. So whichever one of them lose, they can hang up their playoff implications. But both teams already got 6 wins. So they go into a bowl regardless.
Yeah. Thinking about that game, what made me think? Because I'm thinking about the variables. With the college football setup, and this game is a perfect example of what I'm about to say. You know how, like, in the NFL, at the end of the season, you could make the playoffs based on, okay, you might have a 500 season, depending on your division. But if, say, the Lions lose and this team win and this team get a tie, you make the playoffs as a wild card. The same thing's gonna happen in a way to uh,
In college football,
college, because
yeah.
the winner of this game, even though they got two losses. If they win this game, okay, that could be something that the college
Committee
playoffs
gonna look at.
they can look at, and then you look at those top 10 teams. A few of them got one loss. If they get another loss, then that can put you in the in the
Yeah.
in the 12 team playoffs. So college, they're kind of gonna have those same scenarios like the NFL when it comes to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And this is a game that both of those teams got to win.
Yeah. Okay. Oklahoma and Tennessee is gonna be prime. That's gonna be the best the prime time game to watch. You know
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have those diehard faithful want to see that Georgia Florida game
Mm-hmm.
for rivalry implications.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as playoff implications, it's that Oklahoma Tennessee. But when you think about it, Vanderbilt and Texas 6-2 now.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt
but
7-1.
mm-hmm. That's a game
That
to watch.
win could help Texas, but that loss will destroy Vanderbilt. Because at a 7-2, they not Alabama that had that pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So at 7-2, they might do them like they did South Carolina last year.
And
When
take
they
them all
know
the way
South
out.
Carolina should have been in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think last year was their chance because last year South Carolina they lost pieces to the NFL, and last year they had a decent defense.
A
They
solid
had,
running back.
yeah, a solid running back. It would have been, but it turned out the way it did. But I think last year would have been their year. They could have made a run. They might not have made it to the national championship game, but they could have made the semis because they could have beat the first teams that was in there.
Yeah, the Boise States of the world. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they
would
could
have
have
beat
beat
them.
them. Yeah.
But switching to the NFL, you know, my Cowboys played Monday night. You know, we play Arizona.
Y'all should win that.
And
Even though y'all defense is shaky, y'all should win that game.
yeah. And was shocking to me is Carolina going to Green Bay. You know, Carolina 4-4.
Yeah.
Green Bay 5-1-1. So Green Bay only got one more win than Carolina. Can you imagine that?
Mm-hmm.
But I see Green Bay winning. But
Carolina,
I don't
they
know
like
Carolina coaching. I don't get. Like last week, they wouldn't even give. They was running another running back and wouldn't run Rico Dabo, but he just rushed for over 200 yards in 2 games for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that would make you think it's a conspiracy theory. Why are you not running Rico and he just rushed for over 200 yards in 2 different games.
I won't say that on a conspiracy level. I just think that's just coaching. That's just coaching. It's like South Carolina, it's just coaching. It's like
How can you make that make sense?
the Cowboys, their defensive coordinator. It's just coaching. It's the play calling. You know, like South Carolina, all they
Well, they
want
need
to
to
do
get
is
rid of him because that don't make sense.
yeah.
Because that's just like, you think Saquon Barkley gonna rush for 200 yards, and then the next game they only bring him in, they only give him 2-3 touches?
Yeah, yeah. That is crazy. That is crazy. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
But I don't know if they give Rico that ball. See what that do when you give Rico that ball, that make that young quarterback feel more comfortable.
Yeah, because he
You
got an
see the way he
option.
felt when he played Dallas.
Yeah, you give him an option.
Yeah, so if they run him, Carolina could upset the Packers. But
I know all the money gonna be on Green Bay in that game, but
oh yeah. I'm not saying Carolina gonna beat them, but Green Bay gonna have to come to play. I put it like that. They ain't gonna just they ain't gonna just be able to walk on the field and get a W.
yeah, yeah.
And then everything is like blowouts that I see on the schedule. But the biggest game of the weekend is Kansas City going to Buffalo.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big one.
Coming on at 4:00 Eastern time.
That's gonna be a
Kansas City 5-3, and Buffalo 5-2.
Hopefully they don't have no issues with weather like rain. It's too
Yeah.
early. No.
That's gonna be the best game to watch in the NFL wise.
Mm-hmm.
And who you picking up between that? Josh Allen or
I'm going with Josh Allen, man, because Kansas City been shaking. How many losses they got? 3 already?
who?
Kansas City.
Yeah, they 5-3.
Yeah, so they haven't been playing like themselves, like they have in the past years. But I'm taking Buffalo in that one. Buffalo just beat the Panthers bad.
That's the game that they didn't play Rico.
Yeah, they just beat them bad. I don't know why they didn't play them, but
Coaching.
Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo in that one.
But as far as that's the best thing with the NFL. Switching notes as far as
Well, what I
the
want to
NBA.
do. Oh yeah, go ahead, NBA.
As far as the NBA goes, they have been that boy from Toronto, not Toronto, San Antonio.
Wemby, yeah.
Wemby, he got San Antonio undefeated. He playing unbelievable.
Yeah, he had a
Running the
good opening
ball,
game.
defense, rebounding. They predicting that he get 3 awards this year. Most improved, MVP, defensive player of the year. You know what Jordan used to do? Jordan used to get 3 awards a season.
Yeah.
And just for a news break, the World Series is tied up 2-2. Toronto right now leading 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Going into the bottom of the 4th inning. If the Dodgers let Toronto win tonight, I think it might be over. But you know,
Dodgers too stacked.
they're too stacked. So we'll see. That's going to be a be continue. We'll update y'all more on that World Series on the next show. But switching back to the NBA, yeah, Wemby's playing phenomenal. He got them undefeated. He
surprised me in Dallas, man. I thought even though they didn't have Kyrie, I thought Dallas was gonna come out and
smoking.
yeah, because I was just, man, they got a healthy AD, they got the two bigs, Likely and Gafford, they got, Klay Thompson, he can have his spurts. I just thought they just had too much for San Antonio, but he took over the game. 40, what do you have? 42 points, 44 points. He took over the game. Single-handedly took over the game. And that shouldn't happen. You got Flag, AD, Gafford, Likely. You got four bigs on one team. You know what I'm saying? Four bigs on one team.
And you got two bigs and Flag and Davis who can handle the ball.
Yeah.
They don't have to be under the basket. They got ball handle.
Yeah.
So
that should have never happened. But Wemby is that type of player. That's why he went number one. So, hats off to him, man. He balling. Hats off to him.
Yeah. OKC doing their thing. Tonight, Luka ain't playing. I don't know why.
Here we go with that old BS.
Here we go. But if you looked at the halftime show the other day, Michael Jordan, they asked him about it, and he said, if he's physically healthy to play, he's going to play.
Yeah, they were built differently in the 90s.
Yeah.
They played in the 90s. The NBA played like the NFL do all the time. Most players in the NFL, minus the younger ones today, but if you go back 5-10 years in the NFL and you go back 15-20 years in NBA, those players always play hurt. They had some type of nick or some type of injury. If it wasn't a major injury like ACL or major dislocated shoulder, something like that, they always played. These players today, Luka missed a month of basketball for his hand.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you wouldn't have no surgery. It was just, it didn't, but that's today's player. They making so much money, they don't have to, they ain't worrying about it.
Yeah, they ain't worrying about it. But and aside from that, the WNBA still hasn't reached a collective bargaining agreement. So hopefully they get something done before the summer and it don't be a lockout. But
they got a long season. Season starts. WNBA season starts around springtime.
Yeah, they got time to get a deal done.
Mm-hmm.
But those girls got to realize the Major League Baseball, the NBA, and the NFL make the money they make player-wise because the revenue they bring in.
Yes.
If you're not bringing in that revenue, you can't expect to make what LeBron make.
Yeah. I will say this.
You got to be realistic now.
Yeah.
I believe in equal pay myself too, because I have a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe in common sense as well. If you're not bringing that in, I just like a job or a business. If I'm not making 100,000 a month, how I'm gonna pay you 100,000 a month?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want me to take money from the NBA players who earned it and give you their money? That's basically what they asking for. They want what's going on in college. You know how like the Alabama football team is good,
Mm-hmm.
and the money they make from Alabama football team winning those championships, the athletic department pays for everything else, swimming, tennis, but it don't
Soccer,
work like
track
that
and
in pro
field.
sports.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pro sports, you got to earn your own money.
Mm-hmm.
In college, yeah, they do that. Like the South Carolina girls won the national championship. They take that money and it funds the other, not just the girls, but other athletic that's going on in
So
South Carolina.
on that bargaining agreement, are they negotiating with the NBA for more money,
They didn't
or
disclose
is it something with
it.
the owners?
I don't know it in detail, but next time the show come on, I'm gonna get more in depth on it. But
because that's something that's something. You know, are they asking for more money? Because the NBA subsidized the WNBA. Are they asking for more money, or are they asking for the owners of the WNBA to up the salaries?
I'm not sure because you remember I don't know if you remember like 8 years ago um the American Soccer League agreed to pay the women what the men was making.
Yeah.
But the difference is between those girls, they brought in their revenue, the same revenue as the men.
Because
So
they're
they
on the
had an
world
argument
stage.
to stand on.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because you remember, like, they won like 2 championships back then,
Mm-hmm.
soccer championships, the U.S. So they had a ground to stand on. Okay, we winning championships. We selling out every stadium.
Mm-hmm.
We should make what they make.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they won and they got their money. But see,
Mm-hmm.
the WNBA don't have that ground to stand on.
Yeah, yeah. And you
See,
know,
when,
soccer world is a world sport. Not saying the NBA or basketball isn't, but they're on a world stage. My baby just came home.
okay. But
But yeah, they on a world stage. You know, so that's that's different. That's the point. You're right about that. They on the world stage, so they can ask for more money. The WNBA, this is the first year of their season where they had a large fan base where people was actually filling the stands. Because I watched a few of the
I'm saying, but
games.
you gotta, in order for the owners or the NBA or whoever to give you that, you got to say, okay, this is what we bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not bringing in, I can't pay you $30 million a year and the whole
No, they
that
might see
one,
that years down the road, but they're not gonna see that
but
no time
see,
soon.
not one WNBA team is worth 30 million. I'm talking about the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
They just bought that team in Phoenix for under $11 million.
Mm.
So you got to realize the revenue that's coming in. You know what I'm saying? They selling NBA teams for billions.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different ball game. They selling WNBA teams for $11 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Stephen A. Smith could say, in one weekend, all the NBA players probably spent $11 million partying.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? All the NBA players. So you got to, I don't know what to tell them,
But
but
they'll eventually get it right. But before we end, we right now we do these 30-minute segments. Eventually we'll stretch it out to an hour or so. But right now we just keeping it, 30 minutes until we build more of a fan base, more of a following, and then as the channel grows, we'll spend more time, get more in depth in the numbers and stats and all those things. But before we do close out, we got like a few minutes left. I want to talk about the whole snap thing that's going on. I've been seeing some videos about it's just crazy. Like people talking about stealing and just craziness, and something that came to my mind when I thought about it is okay. In order to pass the resolution to open the government back up, they just need 5 Democrats to vote. And, personally, I'm independent. Um, they need 5 Democrats. That's a lot of power when you think about it. 5 people in control if 42 million people vote. 42 million people eat. 5 people have the power to control if millions of people will have food.
They said something on the news today that there was, on our Governor McMaster to do a state of emergency so they could go to emergency funds to fund the SNAP benefits in South Carolina for the month of November. And the cost for just South Carolina is $108 million for the month of November.
That's nothing.
No. Listen what I'm saying. $108 million for the month of November for just the state of South Carolina. So you could imagine the country.
Yeah, but that's nothing.
You're
For
talking billions of dollars off of missing 1 month. Those government officials intentionally doing that. Remind you, your president is a business mind person.
Yeah,
you stop SNAP for 1 month, you done saved $10 billion.
Yeah, but think about this. Chicago spent over $200 million during that whole migrant thing last year. So that's a city. So $100 million for a state is nothing. That's nothing. Their budget for a state is in the billions. So like the government just, the fiscal year for the government just started October 1st. So the funds are on hold. They probably got them. I don't know how that works. But the states, money is sent to, different states. If they getting billions per state. So if you can spend $100 million to feed the people in your state, I think it's worth it. But I also believe too that these churches need to step up because these people have been spending the members, not saying the community, but the members in your church, especially those mega churches. If you got over 500 members, 1,000 members, 10,000 members, 20,000 members, and you making thousands of dollars every Sunday in tithes and offerings, and you got people in your church, the members in your church are starving, you need to step up and feed those people.
Yeah. One thing the governor did do, they had a press conference today. They doing a mass expanding the food bank distribution. It was an extra $5 million donated, this and that. But with the Democrats in South Carolina came out and said, one of them was Wendell Gilliard, is that, yeah, that food bank will feed them for a week. That's like putting a Band-Aid on a gunshot.
Mm-hmm.
You that what the kids gonna do the rest of the month?
And you know what's so messed up, man? This is right before the holiday season. You know, some
So a
people
lot
can
of
get
people
into
ain't gonna have
that.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they won't have Thanksgiving. Yeah. But yeah, that's crazy, man. But we want to thank everybody for joining us again. We'll have another show coming up on what we gonna Sunday or Monday, depending
Yeah.
on how everything go. But we want to thank all the subscribers. I noticed like some of the videos, like I was looking at the some of the shorts, and we got 2 or 3 of our shorts that got over 1,000. One of them got like 2,000 views. So we're getting views on our shorts, and I appreciate those that watched it. We gained a few subscribers, and we hope you continue to support. But let's help us to make it before our 90-day mark, at least to 50 subscribers, and that's our goal. You know, we take baby steps with this thing. So let's try to reach 50 subscribers. So if you see this, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. Hit the like button to help the algorithm pick the video up. And again, we want to thank you. And you got any last words?
Thank the viewers for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, that share button, and that subscribe button. And on the next show, we'll be able to get more in depth on the WNBA contract dispute. And I want to give a special, on the most serious note, a special prayer that everybody give prayers to the people in Jamaica right
Mm-hmm.
now, going from what they're experiencing. And
Yeah, we ended right there. Yeah, definitely prayers for all those in Jamaica, Cuba, uh, Bahamas, all those in the islands. Definitely prayers to them, and safety, and that they make it. But we'll leave it right there. Till next time.